Welcome back. It is Wednesday, which means we get to check in with Michael Babcock of TMZ for today's hottest stories. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, of course. I got to tell you, when our producer got in my ear and told me today's topics, one of them was very funny to me, and the other one was like, oh my gosh, I hope she's okay. Like, not to get into it, but I was following social media and TMZ yesterday about Amanda Bynes, and I was just like, right when I thought she was on the road up to recovery, to mental health, this happens.
Yeah, I think that's the thought that a lot of people had, Jeremy, that it's maybe not funny is not the word, it's ironic. Today, actually, and this one doesn't get as much attention, it's the year anniversary since she got off of her conservatorship, and that ran over 8 years. And Britney Spears, that case obviously gets more of the attention. Her being under the conservatorship, and hers was even longer, 13 plus years. But Amanda Bynes, she was living by herself. She was taking classes, and things appeared to be trending in the right direction. Certainly, it was a lot of promise, and obviously then something went very wrong. So the story that we originally did was that she's picked up early Sunday, so March 19th, and she is ultimately placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold, which is called a 5150 in California, and that lasts 72 hours typically. So now we're learning that they are going to extend it, and she's going to likely be in their care for at least another week, if not more. We're also learning about what might have happened in the days before, and it's pretty alarming because it turns out she could have been on the streets for days. So on March 15th, now remember, the 19th she's picked up. On the 15th, her car is towed 40 miles from her home in Long Beach, California, 25 miles from where she ultimately wound up. A few days later, she was spotted in Hollywood, fully clothed still, because she was nude when she was ultimately picked up. Fully clothed, but appearing out of it. And then again, ultimately, she's picked up on the 19th, and she flags down a car because she realizes that she was having some sort of psychiatric episode, and she had she had the enough thought to ask for help, and help came thankfully, and nothing happened to her. But scary situation.
Wow, that terrifies me. Just because you see what and I've told you my opinions on Britney Spears and now Amanda Bynes, and just the track record in general of child stars growing up.
I know.
The track record is terrible, and now adding the mental health aspect into it, what it can actually do to their mental health as adults, I think there's a connection there somewhere. It has to be.
No, I mean, and you see it too much. It's not just them. I mean, somebody, and she's turned it around, but somebody we were talking about last week, because she's having a baby now, Lindsay Lohan. You saw everything that she went through, and I mean, I think there's certainly something to that, Jeremy. It's look at all these young stars and how a lot of their lives turn out.
Do you know if Amanda's in contact? I think her parents were the conservators for a while. Is she still in touch with them? Are they close? Are they keeping an eye?
Yeah. From everything we know, and as a matter of fact, they have, and we talked to people, they've already said, though, that they don't have interest in getting the conservatorship going again, unless it's like absolutely necessary. But that's not the first place that they're turning here. They really do think that she was on the right track, and a big speed bump, fine, but a speed bump nonetheless, and she can get back to living her life and being in control like she was before. So they do have a relationship, and they're not looking to go back to the conservatorship, though.
Good. Lots and lots of prayers to Amanda Bynes. Moving on to the next one, I gotta say, I saw a photo of Gwyneth Paltrow wearing those glasses, and I said, dang, she can pull that off.
And I was looking for them on my desk because I was like, I definitely have wire aviators like that.
Do you really?
Of course, yeah.
Michael, you can pull them off too, I bet.
I don't know about that, but so she is. This whole trial is funny. It's weird. She was in I guess it's not an alleged hit and run accident, a ski accident in 2016. But this guy in Utah says he was like hurt badly, that he broke ribs, he had a concussion, and she basically ran him over and didn't care and continued on about skiing. And he ultimately then 3 years later files a lawsuit. He sues for $3 million. They say, no, you can't sue for that much. So now they're actually in court. And this is where she had on these wire aviators, and everyone was tweeting and comparing her to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh my!
The serial killer. So there was that. Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I know.
I mean,
like,
just for glasses, like she did not murder anybody.
no, she did not. Right. Jeffrey Dahmer, like, savagely murdered like 17 young men in horrific fashion. And
Yeah.
she
Do you
just
think,
sat in the court.
I just thought of a connection though. Do you think that because of the success of the Netflix show Dahmer, it made those glasses come back in style?
I think it might.
I'm just saying, there's the connection right there.
I had mine before.
Okay.
but
Oh, good.
I think
He's covering himself now.
I'll show you the receipt, Jeremy.
I want receipts. Show
I'm
me
gonna
those
text you.
receipts.
I got receipts. I think it probably did.
Wow.
That is hilarious. Well, you know, I don't know if you guys, I think you guys covered it too. She was recently in the news too because she went on that podcast talking about her doctor and her intermittent fasting and how much she does not eat to stay thin. And, you know, she received a lot of backlash for that too as well. She's always in the news.
Right. It seems anytime she gives any sort of like health advice or beauty advice, it seems like it. Yeah, it's something either that costs like $4 million and nobody can have access to, or she does get people attacking her a lot, doesn't she?
She really does. And again, I'm not saying I'm a huge Gwyneth fan.
No, nah.
But it's just like it's kind of funny now. It's like, oh, okay, Gwyneth Paltrow, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And I tried to watch her show on Netflix, The Goop Lab, you know, about her Goop stuff. I just don't identify with any of it. You know what I'm saying? It
really, I got to be honest. I haven't seen a single minute of it. No good.
It was just, it didn't, you know, what my interests, you know, it didn't appeal to my interests.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, to each their own.
Yeah, I don't think it would mind either.
Now, if they did a show on how to get my hair to look like yours, that's what I would do.
Oh, I'll show you.
That's what I would do, Michael Babcock.
I'll fix it up for you next time.
Okay, next time in LA, we have to go back to dinner to our spot that we love, and then you're giving me hair tips.
I will do your hair at the table.
Could you imagine?
I'm ready to go. I got my.
I want to come.
Linda, you're coming.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. Yeah, let's do it.
Linda's coming with us.
I'm coming.
All right, let's go, Linda.
By the way, Michael, just congratulate all of your colleagues at TMZ because I feel like every time I'm turning on Twitter, Instagram, you guys are always the first ones to break stories. I don't know how you do it and who your sources are, but you guys are always breaking stories and you're always accurate. I don't know how you do it, but so congrats.
Yeah, a lot of talented people in here. Not me, them.
No, it's totally you, Michael. We know what you're doing there. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Don't give any credit to Harvey, though. Whatever you do.
I won't. Let me lower my speakers down before you.
Yeah, lower that. Don't tell. But you know I love Harvey.
He's only like 10 feet away.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much. By the way, too, just quickly, our show made last week Tonight with John Oliver. Our show was a clip on his show.
No.
Yes, on Sunday night.
Send it.
I will send it to you. I will send it to you. I thought you were going to. If TMZ wants breaking news about our show making it national.
We can write something up. Yeah.
I thought you were
How
going to
awesome
know.
is that? So,
Yes.
yes, I have to see that.
I'll send it to you. Thank you so much, Michael. We'll see you next
Bye,
Wednesday.
guys.
Nice meeting.
Bye, Linda. Bye, Jeremy.
All right, you can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. So much more fun right after this. I love this song.